Hi guys, welcome. This video is about gns3 tool which you will be using for preparing for your network examinations and also simulate your network and test your configurations and verify it works as intended to work, and you can further pick up this configuration and deploy it on your live network. This is another purpose we can use this tool, basically to test it. Okay, now coming to this, I'm going to show you my setup which I have. What I have is basically a Windows. If I will is a Windows 10 operating system, and on this I have installed gns3, so which I am going to launch now. So I am launching it, and also I have a VMware workstation installed on this Windows operating system. Why do I need this? Since gns3 provides now gns3 VM which can run on VMware, and all the images, Cisco images or Juniper or any other networking devices or firewall images which you can run it on the VM. That is basically the VM is what is gns3 is using. gns3 VM is built on Ubuntu, and this Ubuntu will be running those images with other virtualization like dynamic IPs and also QEMU. Some of the images run on that, and those things are managed on the VMware. Okay, now you can see my screen. When I launch my gns3, it has launched my gns3 GUI, and also it has started the gns3 VM workstation along with it. So let me close. I don't need to have the screen of VM because it's not important to me, because I mostly everything is we will be working from gns3 GUI, but all the images will be running on this VM. If you need to know more thing about VM, I can just show you something before I move on. You can see that it's Ubuntu. That is, you just click on this and you will see that. So since it's a VM, I have to use Control G, I think, yeah. Then I can be on this console, right? Click enter. So I can go to the shell, or I can just show you it's Ubuntu, yeah. So let me move the cursor up so you can see the screen here. I think it's because of my PC Windows screen size, I'm not able to get you exactly. But anyway, now I am pulled it up. Okay, now you see gns3 VM. You see what is the machine. It's Ubuntu. It's running Ubuntu 14.4 release. So it's very clear. It's here we have these images of gns3 installed. That is, normally it is done on cd opt. It says gns3. If you go here and you have a directory for images, and you need to put your images there, and whatever the projects you create, it will be stored on projects. Okay, let's move on now. Our initial setup which we are going to create. So it says it automatically opens up the screen called project. So I will say that it's a testing project, test setup. Basically we will test later using this. We can even practice Python programming, how to provision the devices, Cisco devices, using Python scripts and Ansible and all these tools. There is automation tools. Okay, let's prepare my test setup, which I will be having the following nodes. So let me open up test setup. I put test setup. Okay, this is the project file name. Okay, I say okay. So now I have the screen open, which is blank because there is no nodes in this. So let me put the nodes which I need on the screen. And you see on the right hand side you have topology summary and you have server summaries. Server summaries, basically you are having a desktop where gns3 is running GUI and gns3 VM is running on VMware at the back end. So I showed you the VMware and where it is running this Ubuntu. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to create a small topology which can be used in later videos for learning Python and also for Ansible provisionings. Okay, so you have on the left hand side you have browser routers and you have the devices and you have some icons for connectivities and all the stuff here. So click on this. Right now I will just first add the I will just first prepare the device which I am going to show you that I am going to add a Ubuntu. Ubuntu is basically, this is a Docker station, Docker image which is running on our GM on the virtual machine. Docker image. This Ubuntu is a Docker image, right? I fetched this image and for you. So now you have a device called Ubuntu on your screen. And if you want to start this Ubuntu is machine which is running on VMware right now, and I will just click on start. You can see on the right it's become green, and if you want to connect to the console of this Ubuntu, click on this console, you are in. So you are running Ubuntu in a Docker container on the gns3. So for your -h, show the disk space allocated on this device, and you see what is the Ubuntu version, uname -a. Uname -a, you have seen the Ubuntu version of it's 14.4 and it's installed here. And what is the IP configure on this any Linux machine? It is ifconfig command, ifconfig -a. There is no IP here because it's configured for DHCP and we don't have any connectivity for this node towards the DHCP server. We will create some nodes now and make it communicate with the DHCP server and to get an IP. Okay, so now if you see here, if you want to know the file which is configured for the network, etc/network/interface. Here you see, okay, I just before I did some setup, so that's why, but right now it is set for we need to set it for DHCP, right? So I think it's not even enabled for DHCP. Yeah, so we need to enable the DHCP option here so that it will try to fetch the IP address, right? So we will do vi is an editor to open the file and modify the lines. There are several editors available for Linux. You can use which you are familiar with. That's called vim, that's vi editor. So that is more options. So I'm used to this one. So I just enable auto and I just remove this hash, so it becomes now DHCP enabled on the interface on this Ubuntu machine. Okay, I will just save this one, right and quit, WQ. You save the file. We can just make a stop and start and check what happens, whether it's able to fetch the address or not. Stop it and start the node. Select the node whenever you want to start and then click start. You started it. Now just go and check on the console of this machine. It's sending a discovery, but it's not able to get a lease because it does not have any connectivity to any other nodes or to the network so that it can fetch the IP. So now we are going to do, the next step is to add other nodes. What are the other nodes I am planning is right now to add a switch. Okay, So go to this. I think here these are the switches available by standard available. We have not put any other images, additional things. It's the existing one. So I click on this and drag and drop. So, and it's asking where you want to run this switch image. I would prefer to run everything on the VM, gns3 VM. So I just select gns3 VM and that's it. So now you have a switch which you can connect to this PC, and I'm going to add two more devices, two more routers, and also I will add the cloud connection, which is basically to connect to the. So let me add the routers now. As you see, we can go here. You need to have valid license to get images, and then you can use those images here. Okay, and now what we are trying to do, which I have one image which I can use it right now for my testing. There is one, so I have one router installed as it's not yet started, but it's put on the screen, and then you have, I am putting the two routers now, R1 and R2, which will be, I'll be using for my later testing. And you will have to make this connection. Also I will add one more node which is called cloud. Basically it is just to make a connectivity. Right now this is a virtualized environment and does not have a connectivity with your network or whatever is to the machine, so you don't have an internet access or to this, right? So if you say click on this one and check the console connection here, you will see that I can say that ping. Right now it will not work because it does not have an IP also, so there is no way we will show you that it is going to get an IP and you will have a connectivity to the network or internet, and then we will go with the next step. Okay, you have put the nodes in. Now we need to make a connection between the nodes. That's why we have a switch here. So you connect each 0 of this to this each 0, and then now you are going to connect the fast Ethernet on this one to this Ethernet. You cannot connect on the same, sorry, it should be on the another interface which is free. So I put each one and I connect fast Ethernet of this to each 2. So now we have all three devices connected through the switch. Now we need to see that it's all not running right now. We need to start it up. This, and I also said that I will going to add a cloud node. So let me add that also right now. So you go to this option here, and you see this is a cloud. This means you can make a connection to your network using this object. So what I will do, I will just make a connection to this also with a switch. You connect this third port to this. So now you have all this connected now, and then I will just issue a start command so that it will start all the nodes. Yeah, now all the nodes are getting up. You can see that CPU utilization here is going up on the VM, and it will come down slowly. But because the CPU is virtualized, the VM is running on the desktop, so you see that both are going up because this VMware is running on this Windows platform. So ultimately the CPU resources, hardware resources is managed by the Windows. Okay, let's now all the nodes have been started. Now our next thing what we are trying to do is now we need to get an IP here. Let me see what is the configuration. So just click on this so it will get removed, and then you click on this node, and you can say change host name, change command line, raise one layer. Okay, this is the host name. We will just keep it the same, and I need to just see the node configuration here. So we will just pause it for a few seconds, and we will start after that. Okay, so we have added the NAT cloud, which is basically this is connecting to the VMware, and it is gns3 VM has got an internet connectivity. So now from this PC we will try to see whether we got an IP, because the VMware is running a DHCP server and it should be able to provide you the IP for the PC. So let's check now on this PC session we opened already. if config -a. See, it's already got an IP address 192. Before it was not there. If you want, we can just restart again and verify this behavior. But anyway, ping. Let me try whether I can access internet through this. Ping.com. I'm trying to do that, but still I'm not getting the internet access. I need to see why it is. Okay. Good. So it's automatically, it took some time, but anyway, it's resolved a URL to the IP and it's able to reach the internet. So good thing is now we are having a connection for the Docker container to the internet through the cloud connection. So this is a good thing, and also we can connect to the. Let me also try updating the Ubuntu, that is apt get update. How it's working? It's good enough. Yeah, it's able to fetch the files and it's getting updated. So we can install our Python on this Docker container and do our provisioning. That will be in the subsequent videos. We will be doing it. But I just tested it now. The setup is good enough. Okay, let me open up the session with the router. That is, we have to open up a console connection. Right click here, console. So you have the console connection to R1. And you can also do a console connection to R2. That is, just right click here, console. So you have R1, R2, and everything is ready with you now, so that you can try your, and you also have an internet connection. But right now these devices may not have any IPs because of R1 and R2. You can see show IP interface brief. So you have only one interface here, but we can add up some more interfaces. Show IP interface brief. So you have. So what I will show you also how to add additional interfaces on these devices, these images running, so that you that will be also can be included on this video itself. You need to prepare a separate video for that. Okay, let me right click here, and you have an option to edit the config. Sorry, not this config. We have to configure. Yeah, this is the configuration. You have option to add the number of increase the memory and slots. So it has got FIO, that is one interface which we have, and I will add up one more interface. Basically I would look for a gigi interface than normal. So it is a gigi interface, single interface. Yeah, I'll just say okay. After putting this one, selecting this, click OK, and so it should have that interface added. Now here is our second node, configure. Sorry if you have not seen the screen. And okay, now here are slots. I will add up one gigi interface here. Yes, I've done it. Okay, let us see now on the you can even see here, maybe you can able to see here, right? Yes, you have seen that ports are there, but anyway I will go into the console and open it up for you of the routers. Yeah, see, you can see that interface is administrative. Show IP interface brief. You should see two interfaces now. Yeah, we are added a gigi interface now. I think this is more than sufficient for our labs. And you can also check on R2. Sorry, this one. Check on R2. You have gigi interface. Yes, it's done. Good. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something on gns3. If it has been useful for you, just put your likes, and we will see in subsequent videos how we are going to further use this tool and learn about Cisco networking and also automation like Python scripts and Ansible. Thank you for watching. Bye.